When you think back on your life, what would you say were the most important times? Think about it for a minute. Which are the days or weeks or months that were most important in influencing who you are today? Your temperament, your intelligence, your personality and social skills, even your profession and your talents. If you're like me and you have little recollection of those earliest years, you probably didn't pick the first few years of life. But everything we know about human development, about brain science, tells us that the first 2,000 days of a person's life are by far the most important of their lives. Those are the days that our own architecture is developed. It's when the hardware is built. Now, I don't really like comparing babies to computers or our brains to hardware, but I want to make this point, and I think the analogy works. Our hardware is built and about 90% completed in those first 2,000 days. If it's well built, then during the rest of our lives, we can download a lot of software and we can run a lot of different programs and run them well. Most of our school years are about downloading new software, new ideas into our brains. If the hardware isn't there before we start school, then all the attempts to run the new software just won't work. About 3/4 of New Mexico's kids aren't getting the advantages of the kind of early care and education that can get them off to the right start. We're not giving them the best start in life. Our antiquated notion of child development is that education starts at elementary school. By then, it's too late for many of our kids. It's now been 2,000 days since we first pushed for a constitutional amendment that would make early care and education possible for most of our kids. For 2,000 days, that effort has been blocked. In those 2,000 days, another generation of New Mexico's babies and toddlers have been told no and have had that window of opportunity closed. Instead of using just 1.5% of the state's $15 billion land grant permanent fund for our kids' first 2,000 days, lawmakers said it was more important to let that savings account grow by several billion dollars more. Please don't let another day go by without calling your legislator and asking them to support the Early Childhood Constitutional Amendment. Our littlest kids can't do that. They need you to do it for them. Thank you.